everybody, welcome to the new year. Tim Schneider with Aegis Learning, and we're going to begin a new series today on Relational Intelligence, RQ. Now, most of you have certainly heard of IQ, the standardized measure of your cognitive processing abilities. Most of you certainly that have been around our programs over the years know about EQ, emotional intelligence, the ability to understand, manage, and project your emotional composition. And this series, we're going to take some of those same research-based and scientific principles and apply them to the relationships in our lives. Now, please, this is certainly not about dating advice or anything like that, but it's about those relationships and understanding them and really caring for the relationships that are important in all facets of our lives. Now, the first part that we're going to cover and talk about is some relationship strata-ing. I'm not sure strata-ing is a word, but relationship stratas, relationship levels, and the depth and the different things that go along with each of those relationship levels. Here's a really powerful thing right up front. Successful folks and great leaders have populations in each of those stratas. Again, we'll talk more about that later. The other part we're going to talk about is some really common dynamics of all relationships. Things like affinity, communication, vulnerability, trust, and there's a few more. We're going to talk about how those change along those lines of those different relationship stratas as well. And then we're also going to spend some time talking about what happens when relationships get a little bit disconnected and the movement of people within the various relationship strata levels. You know, once somebody is in a particular level, that doesn't mean they're there forever. There's some movement back and forth and some fluidity associated with that. And we'll talk about that. We'll also talk about kind of a tactical approach to how to manage those and how to care for those relationships in there as well. So I hope you stay with us and hang with us in this little bit of a series about relationship intelligence. And it's certainly our intent not only to talk about some background things here, but also to provide you some real useful, usable tools that you can take with you in how you go about your everyday life and your work life in terms of these relationships. And then finally, I'm going to be posting some diagrams and some additional resources for you on our website in our article area. So please take advantage of that. So until next time, let's start thinking about our relational intelligence.